morning, everybody. Good morning, and thank you for joining me again in this circle of friends. And this morning I've chosen to be outside because look, the weather is amazing. There's not one cloud in the sky, and you can see the mountains behind us. So Zori, who's sitting right next to me, who is just making sure all the technology is good, suggested to me, why don't you go outside? It's so beautiful. So this morning I'd like to talk about three things, but to start off with, I'd like to start off with a yogic invocation. So if you're just coming in, settle yourself down and just close your eyes for a moment while I chant this invocation of a yogic quality to you, which is called Ganesh. So just close your eyes and listen just for a minute. Vigneshvaraya Varadaya Surapriyaya Lambodharaya Sakalaya Jagatitaya Nagananaya Shrutiyagnya Vibhushitaya Gauri Stutaya Gananata Namo Namaste. And you can open your eyes now. And the invocation in its loose translation actually says, please be aware that all the obstacles that are in your life can be overcome. It's like a promise. And with that promise, I'd like to talk really about three things today in the 10 minutes that I have. And the first one says, the secret of our power lies in little things. And we often forget that. The secret of our power lies in little things, not in complicated things. So one thing I would like you to do today or in the next few days, something that has helped me a lot over the years and something that I do still, if I need to or if the occasion arises, find yourself a piece of woolen thread and some beads. It can be big beads, small beads, or if you haven't got that available, get yourself a tray and put it somewhere in your home, maybe next to your meditation place or your sacred place in the house, or somewhere on a windowsill by the light. And then every time during today, when you see something really beautiful, then thread a pearl onto that string. Every time you do something beautiful for somebody else, put a pearl onto the string. Every time somebody does something beautiful for you, do the same. So fill your day with an awareness today, because we live our lives and so many things happen, and when the evening comes we can't really quite recall what happens. So all the powerful, all the beautiful, all the giving, all the receiving things, all those moments that made our day precious, place them onto a piece of string or onto the tray, and in the evening you can just knot it and place that string of your amazing day, or that string of pearls of this amazing day around you. Or hold that tray and look at it, and just place some things out of your home, if you can't leave your home, onto things that mean a lot to you, onto that tray, and then look at them. Look at the fullness of your day. So that's the first little exercise I want to give you, but it's really quite powerful. So remember, the secret of our power lies in little things. Number two, I would say to you, and it's something that we all know, we read it in all our books, all our teachers say it to us, but don't worry about yesterday, don't be fearful about tomorrow. And how many times have we heard that sentence? Because yesterday, maybe things have happened, tomorrow we don't know. Yesterday and tomorrow are filled with lots of emotions, but if we live our day really well today, if we make the best of the day that we have, remember, it's a gift, and that's why they call it the present, actually, or the present. So do that, because remember, everything we do in our day, everything we do is recorded somewhere. within our being. It might be recorded in our mind, in our subconscious mind. It will be definitely recorded in, in all our cells. It might be recorded in our eyes, in any one of our organs. So please remember that. Everything is recorded. They say that our destiny is actually decided within each moment that we live. So I'd like you to contemplate on that a little bit today. The third thing I'd like to say to you on this day, and hello to all the people who are still joining, people are still flooding in. When I went walking with my friend the other day, we went to Battersea Coed, which a lot of you know, and there's some amazing nature out there, and I was looking up at the sky, and I said to him, that's amazing, because I haven't seen a sky this blue since I was a child. And I remember when we used to go to the mountains, to the Alps, and the higher you get, the bluer the sky becomes. And on that day, the sky was so blue. And he said to me, you got to remember that nature is regenerating itself and healing itself. And, it put me back into that knowledge, into that wisdom that as nature heals and regenerates itself, so should we. It's a really quite important thing. Rather than saying, all of this happening, and of course if we get a cold or we get the virus, we have to attend to that. But let's heal ourselves and become part with nature every day. So if you can get outside, for example, and you can sit, next to a rock. I just placed a rock onto this table, and Zori, who's sitting next to me, you can't see her, by the way, she said, my God, that's a big rock. But if you have, a rock that you can sit next to, or you can look out at the mountains out of your window, or when we were in Battersea Coed, as there's these trees, I call them the redwood trees of North Wales. They're like pine trees that are so big, and they're tall, and the trunk is like completely straight and powerful. So you can sit next to a rock like this, and we can just breathe, and we can just attune ourselves to nature, because nature is alive just like we are. So if we can go into that same healing mode that nature is going into as well. For example, you could say to this rock, I admire you. I admire you because you have been here for thousands of years. You haven't moved. You're so patient. And you're so tolerant with whatever has happened around you through all that time. And yet here you still are. You have such forbearance. Or you touch the tree trunk and say, I admire your strength. And you must know that if you do this with trust, with faith, with your breath, with your hands, because there's nothing to stop you touching nature at the moment, you will find that same strength and that same patience that rock has will come and become part of you. That's the amazing thing. It will become part of you, become part of your being. And in that way, you can heal, you can strengthen yourself, you can be really part with the in and the out breath of nature itself. Remember, we only breathe in to breathe out again. So this is something that nature can give us. It can give us a strength on that in-breath, and then we breathe that patience out to ourselves and to other people around us. So please remember that on this day, and don't forget to look out of the window today. It doesn't matter how busy you are or whatever you're doing. Get out into nature if you can, and I wish you the most wonderful time today. And remember a little rock or the tree or whatever it is that you want to breathe into yourself from nature, which is healing itself. So bless you and have a wonderful day. Bless you.